Every day, millions of 5-cent coins are spent like nothing, but a few of them are so rare that if you find one, it could completely change your luck in the coin world. If you have a small 5-cent coin hidden in an old jar, tucked away in a drawer, or forgotten inside a collection that has not been opened for years, you may want to pay very close attention today. What if that ordinary-looking coin could completely change the way you think about pocket change? What if a single 5-cent piece, something millions of people once spent without a second thought, could now be worth an astonishing amount of money? It may sound unbelievable, but some rare examples of the 1974 5-cent coin have attracted tremendous attention from collectors who are constantly searching for exceptional pieces. And if you happen to own one of these extraordinary coins, you might be holding a treasure that most people would never recognize. In fact, many collectors believe that discovering a rare coin in circulation is like winning a hidden lottery, and that is exactly why the story of the 1974 5-cent coin continues to fascinate people around the world. The amazing thing about valuable coins is that they rarely look valuable at first glance. Most people expect treasures to shine like gold or sparkle like diamonds. Coins are different. A rare coin often looks ordinary to someone who does not know what makes it special. It can sit unnoticed for decades while thousands of hands pass it by. Then one day, a knowledgeable collector notices a tiny detail, a small minting characteristic, an unusual condition, or a rare feature that transforms that seemingly common coin into a highly desirable collectible. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching through rolls of coins every day. The 1974 5-cent coin emerged during an interesting period in American history. The nation was experiencing economic changes, cultural shifts, and political developments that would shape future generations. While headlines focused on major events, millions of 5-cent coins were quietly being produced for everyday commerce. These coins were designed to fulfill a simple purpose: helping Americans conduct daily transactions. Nobody at the time imagined that decades later some examples would become objects of fascination among collectors. When the 1974 5-cent coin was produced, the United States Mint was already manufacturing enormous quantities of coins to meet public demand. Cash transactions dominated daily life. People used coins constantly for vending machines, public telephones, transportation, and countless everyday purchases. The nickel was an essential part of commerce. Because so many were minted, most people assumed these coins would never become rare or valuable. Yet history has repeatedly shown that even coins produced in large numbers can become incredibly desirable under the right circumstances. One of the reasons collectors are so fascinated by coins is because every coin tells a story. Each piece represents a specific moment in history. The 1974 5-cent coin reflects the craftsmanship, technology, and economic environment of its era. Every mark, every detail, and every design element provides a glimpse into the time when it was created. Holding one today is like holding a small piece of the past. The portrait featured on the coin honors one of the most influential figures in American history. Generations of Americans have recognized this familiar image instantly. The design itself has become one of the most enduring symbols in United States coinage. Yet despite its familiarity, collectors know that subtle differences in production can make one coin dramatically more valuable than another. Sometimes a tiny variation invisible to the average person can be worth thousands of dollars. Many collectors begin their journey with a simple question: what makes a coin valuable? The answer often involves rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. A coin may have been produced in large numbers, but if only a few survive in exceptional condition, those examples can command remarkable prices. Collectors compete fiercely for the finest known specimens because condition plays a major role in determining value. Imagine two identical 1974 5-cent coins. One spent decades circulating through stores, restaurants, and vending machines. It accumulated scratches, wear, and damage along the way. The other somehow avoided circulation and remained preserved in pristine condition. Although both coins started their lives exactly the same, their values today could be dramatically different. Collectors pay substantial premiums for coins that appear almost exactly as they did when they left the mint. This is where the story becomes truly exciting. Over the years, certain exceptionally preserved examples of the 1974 5-cent coin have attracted extraordinary attention. Professional grading services carefully evaluate these coins using strict standards. A tiny difference in quality can have a major impact on value. Collectors often spend years searching for superior examples because the highest grades are incredibly difficult to obtain. Every collector dreams of finding a hidden treasure. Stories circulate constantly about individuals discovering valuable coins in unexpected places. Some find them in inherited collections. Others uncover them inside forgotten piggy banks. There are even stories of rare coins being found in old coffee cans stored in attics for decades. These discoveries fuel excitement throughout the collecting community and inspire new generations to examine their coins more carefully. The 1974 5-cent coin has become especially interesting because collectors continue to study its various characteristics. Small details that may seem insignificant to most people can become important factors in determining value. Minting quality, strike sharpness, surface preservation, and eye appeal all influence collector demand. The closer a coin remains to its original condition, the greater the excitement among enthusiasts. Auction houses frequently showcase remarkable coins that generate intense bidding activity. Whenever an exceptional specimen appears, collectors from around the country pay attention. Competitive bidding often drives prices far beyond expectations because truly outstanding coins are difficult to replace. Once a top-quality example enters a private collection, it may remain there for years before becoming available again. That scarcity creates a powerful sense of urgency among collectors. They understand that opportunities to acquire extraordinary coins do not come often. When a coin combines rarity, quality, and collector demand, the result can be astonishing. Prices can climb rapidly as multiple bidders compete for ownership. What makes this even more fascinating is that many valuable coins remain undiscovered. Somewhere right now, hidden in collections, drawers, boxes, and albums, there may be exceptional examples waiting to be found. Their owners may have no idea of their significance. This possibility keeps the hunt alive and continues to attract people into the hobby. For some collectors, examining coins is like detective work. They study every detail under magnification. They search for unusual characteristics, production anomalies, and distinctive features. The thrill comes from finding something others have overlooked. Every coin examined offers a new possibility, and every discovery brings excitement. As the years passed, the surviving population of high-quality 1974 5-cent coins naturally declined. Coins were spent, lost, damaged, or discarded. Many examples that once existed in pristine condition eventually entered circulation and suffered wear. Because of this, truly exceptional specimens became increasingly difficult to locate. Collectors recognized this trend and intensified their efforts to secure the finest examples available. The psychology behind coin collecting is fascinating. People are naturally drawn to rarity. When something becomes difficult to obtain, demand often increases. Coins represent a unique combination of history, artistry, and scarcity. Unlike many collectibles, coins were originally produced for everyday use. Their journey from ordinary currency to prized collectible adds another layer of intrigue. Imagine discovering that a coin sitting unnoticed for decades could suddenly attract enormous attention from collectors. That possibility has become reality many times within the coin market. Unexpected discoveries continue to emerge, proving that treasures can remain hidden in plain sight for years. Stories of valuable coin discoveries spread quickly because they capture the imagination. Everyone wonders whether they might possess something similar. Perhaps an old family collection contains a forgotten gem. Maybe a relative saved coins decades ago and never realized their future potential. These possibilities inspire people to search through old collections with renewed enthusiasm. The 1974 5-cent coin remains a perfect example of how ordinary objects can become extraordinary. Millions were produced, yet only a small percentage survive in the kind of condition collectors desire most. That imbalance between supply and demand creates opportunities for remarkable valuations. Collectors often describe the search for rare coins as a treasure hunt that never ends. Unlike buried treasure maps, coin collecting offers real opportunities to uncover valuable pieces in everyday places. Each roll of coins, each inherited collection, and each forgotten container presents a new chance for discovery. Auction records continue to demonstrate the strength of demand for exceptional coins. Whenever a premium quality specimen appears, serious collectors pay attention. Competition intensifies as bidders recognize the rarity of the opportunity. The resulting prices often surprise people unfamiliar with the hobby. As awareness grows, more individuals begin examining their coins carefully. What once seemed like ordinary pocket change suddenly becomes worthy of closer inspection. Magnifying glasses come out. Coin albums are opened. Collections are reviewed. The possibility of finding a valuable coin motivates countless searches. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of this story is that valuable coins are not always locked away in museums or elite collections. Sometimes they appear in the most unexpected places. They can remain hidden for decades before finally being recognized for what they truly are. And now comes the moment that captures everyone's attention. Exceptional examples of the 1974 5-cent coin, particularly those displaying extraordinary preservation, remarkable quality, and strong collector demand, have achieved astonishing prices when offered to eager buyers. These rare specimens have demonstrated just how valuable a seemingly ordinary nickel can become. For the average person, a 5-cent coin may not seem important. Yet within the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition can transform that humble piece into something extraordinary. Collectors understand that history, scarcity, and preservation create value in ways most people never imagine. So the next time you encounter a 1974 5-cent coin, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. Examine its details. Consider its condition. Think about where it has been and how many years it has survived. Because hidden among countless ordinary examples could be a coin that collectors dream of finding. And if you are fortunate enough to own one of the finest known examples, preserved in exceptional condition and possessing all the qualities collectors seek, you may be holding a coin capable of generating incredible excitement in the collecting world. Some of the most extraordinary specimens have been associated with values reaching an astonishing $150,000, turning a simple 5-cent coin into the kind of discovery that every collector hopes to make. If that coin happens to be sitting in your collection today, then you might truly be one of the luckiest people in the world. If you have a 1975 5-cent coin hiding in a drawer, an old piggy bank, or a forgotten collection, you may want to stop everything and take a closer look. What if that small coin, worth only 5 cents when it was made, could now be one of the most exciting discoveries a collector can make? Most people never pay attention to nickels. They spin them, toss them into jars, or leave them sitting in cups and containers around the house. But sometimes the coins that receive the least attention become the ones that surprise everyone the most. And that is exactly why the story of the 1975 5-cent coin continues to capture the imagination of collectors all across America. Imagine opening an old box that has not been touched for decades. Inside are dozens of coins collected by a parent or grandparent years ago. At first glance, nothing seems unusual. Then you notice a 1975 nickel. It looks ordinary, just like thousands of others. Yet collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. The greatest treasures in the coin world often hide behind the most common-looking designs. The 1975 5-cent coin was produced during a fascinating era in American history. The country was moving through a period of economic uncertainty, changing technology, and social transformation. While major events filled newspapers and television broadcasts, the United States Mint continued producing coins that Americans used every day. Millions of nickels passed through cash registers, vending machines, restaurants, and stores. Most people never imagined that decades later collectors would be carefully examining those same coins under magnification. The familiar image on the front of the coin features Thomas Jefferson, one of the most important figures in American history. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate. This design had already become a classic by 1975 and was recognized instantly throughout the nation. The coin was struck in a copper-nickel composition containing 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a plain edge and a weight of 5 grams. Psags 1. At the time these coins entered circulation, nobody viewed them as future collectibles. They were simply money. Children received them as change. Adults carried them in their pockets. Businesses handled thousands every week. Because so many were produced, most people assumed they would never become desirable. Yet the history of coin collecting has repeatedly shown that assumptions can be wrong. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting coins is the fact that rarity is not always determined by how many coins were originally minted. Sometimes what matters is how many survive in exceptional condition. The 1975 nickel is a perfect example of this concept. Although millions were produced, locating examples with outstanding preservation and sharp details can be much more difficult. Collectors place tremendous value on coins that appear almost exactly as they did when they left the mint decades ago. Mintage 1. Think about the journey of a typical 1975 nickel. It may have traveled through hundreds of hands. It could have purchased candy, soft drinks, newspapers, or countless other everyday items. Each transaction added tiny marks and scratches. Over time, the coin slowly lost the fresh appearance it possessed when it was first struck. Most surviving examples show evidence of this long journey. Now imagine another 1975 nickel that somehow escaped circulation. Perhaps it was placed in a collection immediately after being issued. Maybe it remained sealed in a bankroll for decades. Such coins avoided the wear and damage experienced by most examples. As years passed, these preserved specimens became increasingly desirable because so few remained in that remarkable condition. Collectors are especially fascinated by strike quality. A coin may appear shiny and attractive, but experts look deeper. They examine every design detail. They inspect Jefferson's portrait. They study Monticello. They evaluate the sharpness of the coin's features. The finest examples often reveal details that are missing on ordinary specimens. This level of preservation can dramatically increase collector interest. Mintage 1. The excitement grows even more when collectors discuss full steps nickels. On exceptional examples, the steps of Monticello appear sharply defined and complete. Achieving this level of detail was difficult during the minting process. As a result, collectors place special importance on coins displaying these characteristics. High-grade full steps examples are significantly scarcer than ordinary pieces and often attract intense competition whenever they appear on the market. Mintage 1. This is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Every year, collectors search through thousands of coins hoping to find one extraordinary example. They visit coin shows, examine dealer inventories, and inspect inherited collections. The possibility of uncovering a rare gem keeps the hunt alive. Some collectors spend years searching for a superior 1975 nickel. What makes coin collecting so exciting is that discoveries still happen. Valuable coins continue to emerge from places nobody expects. A forgotten collection may suddenly reveal a remarkable specimen. An old album stored in an attic might contain a coin that has been overlooked for generations. Stories like these fuel the dreams of collectors everywhere. Many newcomers are surprised to learn how important condition can be. Two identical coins from the same year can have dramatically different values depending on preservation. One may be worth only a small amount above face value, while another could attract serious attention from advanced collectors. The difference often comes down to quality, rarity, and eye appeal. Auction events frequently showcase the strongest examples known to collectors. When a truly exceptional coin appears, bidding can become intense. Experienced collectors understand that opportunities to purchase elite specimens are rare. Missing one chance may mean waiting years for another similar example to become available. As time passes, the supply of top-quality coins generally decreases. Some are lost, others become damaged. Many disappear into long-term collections and rarely return to the market. This gradual reduction in availability often increases demand among collectors seeking the best examples. The 1975 5-cent coin remains a fascinating reminder that treasures do not always look like treasures. Sometimes value hides in plain sight. A coin that millions ignored for decades can suddenly become the focus of collector attention. That possibility is what makes the hobby so exciting. Perhaps the most incredible aspect of this story is that many people already own old nickels without realizing their potential significance. Coin jars, family collections, and inherited boxes continue to contain surprises. Every forgotten collection represents a new opportunity for discovery. So before you dismiss a 1975 5-cent coin as ordinary pocket change, take a closer look. Examine its condition. Study its details. Consider its history. Because somewhere among the countless nickels produced in 1975 may be a truly exceptional specimen that collectors would love to own. And if you happen to possess one of the finest known examples, with extraordinary preservation, sharp details, and highly desirable characteristics, you may be holding far more than a simple 5-cent coin. You could be holding a remarkable collectible that transforms an ordinary piece of change into a treasure every collector dreams of finding. If you have a 2005 Bison nickel hiding somewhere in your home, you may be holding one of the most fascinating modern coins ever released in the United States. It might be sitting inside a coin jar, forgotten in an old collection, or tucked away in a drawer where it has remained unnoticed for years. Most people would look at this coin and see only 5 cents. But collectors know that some coins tell incredible stories, and the 2005 Bison nickel is one of them. What makes this coin so exciting is not only its unique design, but also the possibility that certain rare examples can attract tremendous attention from collectors. So before you spend that old nickel, take a closer look, because this small coin may be more special than you think. Imagine receiving change from a store and noticing a coin unlike any other nickel you have ever seen. Instead of the familiar image of Monticello on the back, there stands a powerful American bison, one of the most iconic animals in North American history. The design immediately captures attention. It feels different. It looks different. And for many Americans in 2005, it was a surprising change from the traditional nickel design they had known their entire lives. The story begins several years earlier when the United States Mint launched an ambitious project to honor the Lewis and Clark expedition and America's westward exploration. The goal was to create a series of special nickel designs that would celebrate one of the most important journeys in American history. These commemorative nickels introduced new artwork that differed dramatically from the traditional designs collectors had grown accustomed to seeing. Among all the nickels issued during this historic series, the 2005 Bison nickel quickly became one of the most popular. The reverse design features a majestic American bison standing proudly on an open plain. The image symbolizes the vast wilderness encountered by explorers during their journey across the continent. The bison itself represents strength, resilience, and the untamed spirit of the American frontier. When the coin first entered circulation, millions of people admired its unusual appearance. Children showed it to their friends. Adults saved examples as souvenirs. Collectors immediately recognized its historical significance. Unlike many ordinary circulation coins, this nickel stood out from the moment it was released. The American bison has long occupied a special place in the nation's history. For centuries, enormous herds roamed across the Great Plains. Early explorers described seeing countless bison stretching across the horizon. These massive animals played a crucial role in the lives of Native American tribes and became one of the defining symbols of the American West. By featuring the bison on the reverse, the coin connected modern Americans with a powerful chapter of their country's past. The Philadelphia Mint produced an enormous number of these nickels during 2005. Because so many were struck, most people assumed they would always remain common. After all, how could a coin made in such large quantities ever become valuable? Yet experienced collectors understand that mintages tell only part of the story. What truly matters is how many exceptional examples survive over time. Many 2005 Bison nickels entered circulation immediately after release. They traveled from store to store, passing through thousands of hands. Every transaction left small marks. Coins bumped against other coins inside cash registers. They rattled around in pockets and purses. Over time, scratches, dents, and wear began to appear. The once sharp details slowly became less distinct. But not every coin followed that path. Some individuals recognized the design's significance and saved examples immediately. Others placed fresh rolls into storage. A few collectors carefully preserved pristine specimens, protecting them from circulation damage. As years passed, these untouched examples became increasingly desirable because they retained the original beauty they possessed when they left the mint. Condition plays a major role in determining collector interest. Two identical 2005 Bison nickels can have dramatically different values depending on preservation. One heavily worn example might be worth only face value, while another with exceptional quality can attract serious attention. Collectors carefully inspect every detail, looking for strong strikes, clean surfaces, attractive luster, and minimal imperfections. The bison itself is one of the most admired elements of the coin. Artists worked carefully to create a design that captured the animal's power and presence. Even decades after its release, many collectors consider it one of the most beautiful modern nickel designs ever produced. The detailed fur, muscular build, and proud stance create an image that immediately stands out. On the front of the coin appears a distinctive portrait of Thomas Jefferson. Unlike earlier versions, this portrait presents Jefferson in a more forward-facing position. The updated design gave the coin a fresh appearance while still honoring one of America's founding fathers. Together, the obverse and reverse designs created a unique combination that helped make the coin memorable. Collectors often describe the search for outstanding examples as a treasure hunt. Every coin examined offers a new possibility. Most examples show signs of circulation, but occasionally someone discovers a remarkably preserved specimen that appears almost untouched. These discoveries generate excitement because exceptional quality becomes increasingly difficult to find as years pass. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of mint errors. During the production process, mistakes sometimes occur. A coin may be struck off-center. Design elements may appear doubled. Certain details may be missing or distorted. These unusual errors can transform an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Because errors are accidental, they often attract significant attention from collectors seeking something truly unique. The 2005 Bison Nickel is especially famous for one unusual variety that captured the imagination of collectors nationwide. Some coins displayed a raised line running through the bison's body, creating the appearance that the animal had an extra hump. Collectors quickly nicknamed this variety the speared bison. The unusual feature resulted from damage to the die used during production, creating a distinctive line across the design. As news spread, collectors began searching through countless nickels hoping to find one of these remarkable pieces. The excitement surrounding the speared bison variety demonstrated how quickly collector demand can develop. Suddenly, people who had never paid attention to nickels found themselves examining every 2005 bison nickel they encountered. Coin dealers received inquiries from customers eager to learn whether they possessed the rare variety. The hunt became a nationwide phenomenon among collectors. Stories of discoveries began appearing throughout the hobby. Individuals reported finding valuable examples in pocket change, coin rolls, and forgotten collections. Each new discovery fueled additional excitement. Collectors realized that treasures could still be hiding in ordinary places, waiting to be found by someone observant enough to recognize them. As years passed, the popularity of the bison nickel continued to grow. New collectors entered the hobby specifically because of coins like this one. The design's historical significance, visual appeal, and famous varieties combined to create lasting interest. Unlike many commemorative issues that fade from public attention, the bison nickel maintained a strong following among enthusiasts. Professional grading services further increased interest by evaluating and certifying exceptional specimens. Coins receiving top grades became especially desirable because so few achieved the highest levels of preservation. Collectors seeking the finest known examples often competed intensely whenever superior specimens became available. The coin market has repeatedly shown that rarity and quality can produce surprising results. A coin originally worth only 5 cents can become dramatically more valuable when collectors recognize its significance. The combination of demand, condition, and scarcity creates opportunities that many people never expect. Perhaps the most exciting aspect of the 2005 Bison Nickel is that examples are still being discovered today. Unlike ancient treasures buried underground, these coins often appear in everyday places. They can emerge from old collections, forgotten coin jars, inherited albums, or bank rolls. Every discovery reminds collectors that remarkable finds remain possible. Imagine opening a container filled with old coins and spotting a bison nickel among them. At first glance, it may seem ordinary, but a closer examination could reveal exceptional preservation, a rare variety, or another characteristic that attracts collector interest. That possibility keeps enthusiasts searching year after year. Many people spend valuable coins without ever realizing what they had. Others save coins simply because they like the design. Sometimes those casual decisions turn out to be surprisingly rewarding years later. The Bison nickel has become one of those coins that encourages people to pay closer attention to their change. Today, collectors continue searching for outstanding examples of the 2005 Bison nickel. Whether they are pursuing pristine condition specimens, rare varieties, or famous error coins, the excitement remains as strong as ever. The coin's unique place in modern American numismatic history ensures its lasting popularity. So before you ignore that old nickel sitting in a jar or tucked away in a collection, take a careful look. Examine the bison. Study the details. Check the condition. Because hidden among millions of ordinary examples may be a remarkable coin that collectors would love to own. And if you happen to discover one of the rarest and most desirable varieties, or one of the finest known preserved specimens, you may find that a simple 5-cent coin has become far more valuable than anyone ever imagined. The next great discovery could be waiting in your collection right now, and that possibility is what makes the story of the 2005 Bison Nickels so exciting.